I say, oh my gosh, this is how I do all the time.
They're leaving and they're looking so crisp and fresh, it's nice and neat, and I'm just like, this is me. Go out and show the world who you truly are.
You just want to shine.
I want to shine
bright.
I want to shine bright like a diamond, you know.
know, yeah. Yeah, so this is another Hairr First episode, and today I'm here with
Erin,
and we're just gonna be vibing, just gonna be talking, because I feel like Erin is very passionate, and I feel like she's just very good at just like, I think, problem solving. I think that's what
I don't like to spend my money. Actually, let me not like I don't mind spending money. It's just that sometimes I don't be having the money to spend.
Right? Yeah, it can be like that sometimes. So let's start by like, who are you?
I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, I am a Nigerian, Yoruba specifically, babe. You know, I'm from Lagos. Though, like, I'm also kind of from Abuja. I'm currently a fashion designer as well as a hairstylist, and I just like to dabble in different forms of art and creating and problem solving, like Sydney said.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so you mentioned like fashion design and being a hairstylist. So.
Right.
What's the common denominator there? How did they both start? Like, what's that about?
I did it for myself. that's the common thing, man. Yeah, I really did it for myself. I wasn't thinking about anybody else. And then eventually that came to be. But with the hair stuff, because I have a sister, so anytime we go to get our hair done, I used to just, because it would take hours for all of us to get done, so I would watch them do her hair. And then I'll be like, this is very interesting. And you know, some of the hairstylists would make you like finish the ends sometimes. Yeah. So like, I got to do that over time. And then eventually I was like, okay, let me try to do this in my own head. And you know, as in everything, when you try for the first time, it'd be looking ugly. And my mother would be like, no, you can't leave the house like this. So she'd take it out and make sure I got it done properly. But like, over the years, I feel like from when I was like 11, like I've been like kind of trying out doing my hair. But I feel like it wasn't until the end of high school for me, which was like 15, 16, that I actually like got a bit better at it. And then so like starting college off, I was not about to be paid. From whose pockets, please? I like food and I like other things. I was like, you know what, this hair thing that I can kind of do for myself, and I had a week too. So yeah, I was like, okay, let me do this hair thing for myself, and then from doing it for myself, I could do it for my friends as well. That they're like, oh, you know, can you come? And I was like, yeah, I can do this, no problem. So like, yeah, like over time.
And then were you good?
Like I was good enough.
Okay.
I was good enough. And it's like, at that point, I don't want to charge anybody, because it's like, you see, this is a risk we're both taking. And they're like, I trust you. And I'm like, I don't know. But okay, let's do this together.
Yeah.
And then like when they turned out great, it was like, Tammy, I have to shout out Tammy, because Tammy is a G. Like, I feel like she knows it sometimes, because sometimes I'll do a hairstyle on her, and then I'll do it on somebody else and be like, I was a test dummy, because their hair is looking better than my own. I'm like, okay, you know, I love you, and I would do perfect, but yeah.
Not for you.
yeah. And like, so over time, like, as with anything you practice, like, I got better at it when it like to the hair specific, because then I was actually doing it consistently. And so that's the hair part. But like the clothes part, it was like Nigerian tailors disappointing. That was the beginning of that. Nigerian tailors disappointing. And I feel like in my house, my mom is very much the kind of person she's also very hands-on with everything. So like my mom's into interior design, so whenever they have to make like curtains for people's houses, they've always been sewing machines. But like, have you ever actually used it properly? No. Until like the Nigerian tailors disappointed, and it's just like, okay, somebody in my church had a fashion school, so and it was summer, so it's like, okay, let me go to this place and learn how to make it for myself. So that way, last I'll make my own dress. You people cannot come and disgrace me. So yeah.
So how did you like keep yourself motivated? Like how? Because like, okay, so you know you've been practicing for a while now, and you think maybe this time you're going to do it, and then it doesn't happen. But like, don't forget, like, you have other things going on in your life as well. So,
well, you know, at some like, I feel like right now the reason why the fashion, like the first initial like push to make it something that I'm monetizing, it was like, I got this bills to pay.
Right.
I got to pay the bills. So it's just like, okay, I'm getting money from it here and there. But then like over time, as I get better and I'm more confident in what I'm putting out, so it's like, yes, I'm good at this thing, so you people should be paying me. So, you know, yeah. And like, because I'm doing it, I like with hair specifically, I do hair and I can be standing for hours, and then just like, you know what, I'm standing for hours,
right.
I better get paid, like, you know, and just like getting confidence in what you can do.
Right.
That's how it was for me, like when it came to getting that, I guess, motivation to keep going. And sometimes I don't want to do some stuff, like sometimes I'll be doing somebody's hair and I'll just be there like, good, I'm like, yes. But like at the end though, I feel like it's always very rewarding at the end, because it's like when I see the person and they look fine, like they came into my place, they looked fine, but you know, the hair wasn't looking like that, all that, but then they're leaving and they're looking so crisp and fresh and nice and neat, and I'm just like, this is me. I'm like, I know you guys are fine and all, but like, this is me.
Yeah.
You guys look so nice. Go out. It's almost like a mother like releasing their children to go out. Like, go out and show the world who you truly are. I really be saying that to them. I'm just like,
are you serious?
Look so take away.
I'm not even surprised. I believe that's something. I believe that's something you would say.
Like, yeah, so like, and also because I've had some clients now for some years, so like I can see their hair journey.
Well, let's continue with hair for a while. And so, how would you say like you cultivate that relationship with them? Like, why are they loyal? Why do they keep coming back? How do you do it?
So as someone that's had their hair done by people, I've also been on the customer end of it, so I can kind of understand what it feels like to have somebody do your hair. And as somebody that's gotten their edges snatched, I know how that feels. As somebody that sat down in a chair and been in pain and not been able to sleep after doing your hair, I know how that feels. So I feel like whenever I get a new client, I always like do the whole spiel of like asking them questions about, okay, what are you currently doing with your hair? Like, do you have a routine? Like, how often do you wash it? Like, what's your lifestyle like with your hair? Do you like work out? So that means you probably want to wash your hair more. Like, because some people, they're like, oh, I don't like sweating my hair, so I like to wash it more. And just like looking at the hair and like noting different things, like, oh, is it a bit dry? Do you have like dry scalp? And just like noting different things about their hair, and then like discussing with the person about it first, and then giving disclaimers like, oh, if you're tired, let me know that you need to stretch. If it's painful, please say something. Don't be pressing me in your head. Don't leave my house in pain and then I won't know.
Don't come back.
Exactly. Let me know, and I will adjust to the person. Because everybody has a different, like, everybody's hair is different. Everybody's pain level is different. Like, everyone's scalp is different, and that's fine. So just like that communication between like me and the person, and it's just like, in a way too, I don't take things too like close to myself. So it's like, if I do your hair and I see the next day, like a few weeks, you have a different hairstyle, it wasn't for me, it's not too deep, you know, because it's fine, because it's like, I understand, me too. Sometimes it's more convenient for me to like have someone else do something for me. So I feel like it's just that understanding of like the customer perspective and not taking things too close to heart, but then also trying my best to ensure that the experience that they have while I do their hair is as good as possible.
Cool. And so, I guess moving more to fashion design, because we haven't really tackled that. Where do you get your inspiration from? How do you do it?
I wing it. I wing it for the most part. I'm trying to move a bit more out of like that whole winging it part and actually like honing in on the technical skills. And I have YouTube channels that I follow and like other like fashion designers that I follow. Well, I should probably get more, but yeah, I have fashion designers that I follow. I have this one specific YouTube channel that I go to, and like it's Kim Dave, and she's a Nigerian fashion designer based in UK. So I feel like there's some like level of commonality there, where it's like, okay, you're Nigerian, I'm Nigerian, I understand you a bit more like culturally, and then like when I first started making clothes, I was mostly using Hairr as well. So like having somebody that used that and understood that was really nice too. So I would like go on her channel. She has like different stuff about like pattern making, which is before you make the clothes, you have to like take somebody's measurements and then you have to do like a paper draft. So like the math behind it and understanding like that technical side of stuff. Yeah, that's I have like a bunch of like papers here.
Serious
like,
stuff.
Yeah, for everybody's like measurements and stuff. So yeah, that's like the technical side to improving that. Well, like honestly, I just sometimes like with this talk specifically, because this is the fabric I use for my birthday dress. I I went to the fabric. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I went to the fabric store and I was just like looking around and I was like, you know what? I want to colorful. I want to be like the sun.
You just want to shine.
I want to shine
bright.
I want to shine bright like a diamond, you know.
Yeah,
and then I saw this fabric and I was like, this is calling to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I want to get this fabric. Exactly. And then from there, I made a Pinterest board with like inspiration pictures.
Pinterest.
Yeah. Inspiration pictures and then different dress styles, and then from there I narrowed it down to okay, this is the design I want to go for. Then it was now a thing of finding the resources of like okay, videos on how to combine like information from different videos to make this one thing I want to make. So that's how I went about it.
So like I feel like for me, I feel like everybody is something these days. You're either a YouTuber or you're a musician or you're an artist or what does they do? You're modeling. And so there are lots of fashion designers. How do you stand out? Like how do you like when thinking about what you're gonna design, like how do you make sure, because I find like sometimes when you look at like a lot of other people's things, sometimes you just kinda unconsciously gravitate towards what they're doing. So how do you deal with that?
Well, I think that in everything, just like because I took an art class and we were all given the same directions of these are the elements we want to see. But then when it came to like the results, yes, we all followed those instructions, but everybody's results were so different.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I feel like it's a thing of we can all be given the same instructions, but because of how unique each of our minds are, there will still be differences in whether it's in like the final like look of it or how we go about doing it or how we choose to present or things that everybody has a personal experience, personal story that will somewhat influence what you create. Like it's just like anybody that's an artist, anybody that does any creating whatsoever, even YouTube, even like everybody is like has a YouTube channel, but then how you go about your YouTube channel is going to be different because of you're a unique human being that has like how you see the world is different. So that's definitely going to influence like what you make. And like some things I make are from like I have this piece of fabric here. I have this piece of fabric here. Let's see how this is come together. Or I'm going to an event and I want to have this comfortable. So like I think about okay, what am I trying to achieve with this piece of work? Is it comfort? Is it style? Is it just like I want my waist to be snatched? Like the waist must be snatched. And so like I think about like things like that when I want to make big stuff.
Yes. Well, anyways, thank you so much, Erin, for being on this episode. Very, very fun.
I have famous friends.
Okay, we'll see about that. But you can follow Erin. I'm gonna put everything. There's Erin Apparel. There's Hair by Erin. And there's just Erin. So feel free to follow her. Connect to her. Use her as a resource. This is someone who started from the bottom. Now she's
even if I don't know the answers, I can at least maybe refer you to someone that does. Because I haven't got all the answers sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, happy March again.
Happy March.
What's your birthday?
August.
Okay. Anyways, bye guys.